See beyond the superficial, diving deep, psychological info will help us to grow. So let's interpret the nonsensical.
Welcome to Nonsensical Interpretations. It's time for some new things. Okay, fine, this is just a rebranding. Here's what's up. I started this channel in March 2020 and my first video was the introduction video on 3rd March. There's some difference between that Aditya and this Aditya, and obviously the location is also different, but the content I'm creating is a lot more different as well. Back then, I had no idea what I was doing exactly. I dropped out of college just before I started the YouTube channel. I used to watch a lot of movies to distract myself from negative thoughts, and it turned into a bit of an avoidance of taking responsibility for my life. So I started this channel. I started reviewing movies. Because I already used to watch so many movies, I decided why not review them. The only thing I was reviewing in the movies was the names of the actors or the directors or the producers or the plot of the movie or the good and the bad of the movie that I liked or didn't like. It's really basic things. Please stop watching those videos. The Jaane Tu Ya Janna review, it's still blowing up for some reason. Please stop watching them. Even I disagree with many of the things I've said in those videos. And I can bet you could feel my anxiety in those videos. I'm much more comfortable now, obviously, but back in the day, I was not at all. I think I even said that in my first video itself, yeah, I have anxiety or something.
Yeah, as you can see, I have anxiety issues.
So after that, I started working for a company, a startup called Course 7. In December 2020, I had the talk, and January, February 2021, I started officially working there. The Instagram links are in the description. Check them out. There are some mental health related reels on the mental health page of Course 7, which I helped create. Not to brag, I'm kind of an influencer myself. On a serious note, I started taking psychology courses online, not like a clinical psychology, just basic psychology courses for my understanding of these topics. And I felt really intrigued about them. I could really relate to many of them. I had a revelation about myself that I had never really tried to understand what I wanted to do, what I do, why I do it. After some self-reflection, I realized I like to learn things. I like to understand things. I like to gain knowledge. But I sort of boxed myself into my own perception that this is how it is. I found out that there are a lot more different perspectives than mine. I don't need to agree with them, but I can still understand them. That's how you gain knowledge. At least it's true for me. Nonsensical Interpretations. The name I'm giving to this channel right now. This is technically what I find myself doing here anyway. I came up with the word interpretation from the book Sigmund Freud, The Interpretation of the Dreams. It's a really complicated book and I still haven't finished it yet. But I like the word interpretation because it's almost like a game, a puzzle for understanding things better. I know I sound really vogue right now and I understand that, but it's just crazy how this guy could think out things like that. I'm gonna be honest, okay? The examples in this book are confusing and difficult to understand for my small brain. They are not nonsense. The examples, they are not nonsense. But I'm using the word interpretation for a reason. To make a point that the dreams, they seem so useless and they're like nonsensical. There's still somehow some interpretation about it, something to understand. So why not in the nonsensical things in real life, like maybe movies or the real life problems that seem nonsensical in nature? But what if there is some interpretation behind it? Something we can learn and understand and apply to grow and be better. Even if the nonsensical examples are not intended for learning, we can still somehow learn something from it. And that's what I'm doing in these videos on this channel. Subscribe and you will see for yourself. Like the last video, Mohabbatein and Dead Poet Society. It's a nonsense example. I'm literally interpreting a nonsensical thing, trying to give it some meaning and arguably making it a little entertaining. And it kind of makes sense. Movies, they are the worst case exaggerated scenarios which are nonsense. But that's not the point. The point isn't the example. The point is the perspective from which we can learn. The interpretation which we can apply and try to understand and learn and grow ourselves in the real world. I by no means am right about all the things I say. I can't be, because it's just another perspective. Just another way to look at things. Also, perceptions change time to time. So I am still growing as well. So my perspective is always going to be the one from which I can learn the most and maybe help others to learn as well. And also because it's kind of entertaining. The irony of the name nonsensical interpretation is that there's still sense in the interpretation of the nonsense. The name is clever and dumb at the same time. It's kind of a catchy name as well. I do believe that once we have knowledge and information about certain aspects of our own mind, we can definitely grow into something better. And I'm using nonsensical examples and the interpretation for you and me to understand our mind better. I don't think anyone else is doing this kind of thing, so this be my NFT, don't you fucking dare steal it. This change was long overdue. I literally got lucky with the book and the name and the content I'm creating and the things I want to do in the future to have the name Nonsensical Interpretations. It's just perfect. Like everything came together. It feels really good. So this is my channel, explainers of the perspectives and interpretation of nonsensical things which do have some sense in them. I'll try to be as objective as possible. I'll try to do as much research as possible, and I'll try to be as entertaining as possible, which is kind of subjective. Also, I hope to broaden my understanding and knowledge. Also, I'll be posting some song covers as well. Please subscribe. Come with me on this journey of self-awareness and different perspectives. And I'm hopeful that you find some insight in these videos and grow. I am truly glad to have you by my side. See you in the next dumb thing. Bye.